5 foods to avoid after 70, and what to eat instead. Did you know that some of the foods you've trusted for decades could quietly turn against your health after age 70? The truth is, your body doesn't work the same way it did at 40, or even 60. Digestion slows down, blood vessels stiffen, the immune system gets a little less sharp. And yet, many of us continue eating the same way we always have. But after 70, some foods that once felt harmless can strain your heart, overwork your kidneys, or even interfere with your medications without you realizing it. In this video, we'll talk about 5 foods older adults should avoid, no matter how delicious or familiar they seem. One of them may still be sitting in your refrigerator right now, and understanding what to cut back on or replace could help you avoid frequent doctor visits, support your medications, and feel stronger longer. Let's begin. 1. Processed meats. Hidden stress for the heart. That crispy bacon, quick ham sandwich, or breakfast sausage you've always loved. After 70, these foods aren't just a salty treat. They become a direct burden on your heart and blood pressure. One slice of deli meat can contain more sodium than your body needs for the entire day. And your heart, already working harder with age, now has to push blood through vessels that aren't as elastic as they once were. The result? Increased blood pressure, higher risk of stroke, slower circulation to the brain, which may impact memory over time. But it's not just about salt. Most processed meats are treated with nitrates and nitrites, preservatives that keep them looking fresh. But once inside the body, they can promote inflammation and have even been linked to certain cancers. Real example. Thomas, 74, from Dayton, Ohio, used to eat smoked sausage with toast every afternoon. It was tradition. But after a second mild stroke, his cardiologist reviewed his diet. The sodium load from that single daily snack, enough to spike his blood pressure every single day. Once he switched to fresh proteins and reduced salt options, his numbers improved within months. Better choices: grilled or baked fresh turkey, or skinless chicken breast. Salmon, mackerel, or trout, rich in omega-3s, great for brain and heart. Tofu or beans, seasoned gently with herbs, not salt. Tip: if you're craving a savory bite, try low-sodium chicken salad with olive oil, or mash avocado with a dash of lemon and pepper. After 70, your body deserves clean fuel, not chemicals in disguise. 2. Sweet breakfasts that feel harmless, but can harm you after 70. There's something comforting about a sweet start to the morning. A bowl of cereal, a frosted muffin, maybe a cinnamon roll with your first cup of coffee, especially when your appetite has shrunk or you're not quite feeling energetic. But after age 70, these cozy rituals can become one of the most damaging daily habits. And here's why. As we age, the body's ability to manage blood sugar naturally declines. Insulin becomes less efficient, metabolism slows down, and your blood vessels become more vulnerable to the damaging effects of sugar. That means starting your day with sugary foods, even if it's something labeled natural or low-fat, can cause a rapid spike in blood glucose, followed by a crash. This sharp swing places extra stress on your pancreas, heart, and nervous system, increases inflammation, and raises your risk of developing insulin resistance or worsening existing diabetes. But that's not all. Research now links frequent morning sugar spikes in older adults to memory problems, brain fog, increased abdominal weight, and even faster cognitive decline. You might not feel the damage immediately, but over time, this pattern adds up to fatigue, cravings, poor focus, and increased risk of stroke or heart disease. Take Susan, 76, from Madison, Wisconsin. Every morning, she had cereal and coffee. It was quick and familiar. But by mid-morning, she felt exhausted, unfocused, and constantly hungry. Her doctor eventually diagnosed early signs of prediabetes. Once she switched to a more balanced breakfast, eggs, steel-cut oats, and Greek yogurt, her blood sugar evened out, and her energy stayed strong through the day. Here's what many people don't realize. Even so-called healthy cereals often contain 10 to 20 grams of added sugar per serving, and they're made with refined flour that burns fast and leaves you hungry again within an hour. Store-bought pastries and breakfast bars? Worse. They're often loaded with sugar, white flour, and trans fats, a dangerous combo for your heart and digestion. What to eat instead? Choose foods that give your body steady energy without a sugar crash. Unsweetened oatmeal with a sprinkle of walnuts or blueberries, An omelet with leafy greens and a slice of whole grain toast. Plain Greek yogurt with flax seeds and a few slices of banana. A green smoothie with spinach, half a banana, and a spoonful of peanut butter. And if you really want something sweet, save it for after a full meal, not on an empty stomach. Let your body wake up gradually, with nutrients, not shock. A healthy breakfast after 70 should feel gentle and grounding, not like a roller coaster for your blood sugar. 3. Raw sprouts and soft-cooked eggs, a risk you might overlook. They seem innocent enough, a handful of sprouts on your sandwich or a softly boiled egg for breakfast. But once you're over 70, foods that once felt fresh and healthy can quietly become a real hazard. Your immune system, which once handled minor bacterial exposure without a problem, doesn't respond the same way anymore. And unfortunately, raw sprouts and undercooked eggs are two of the most common carriers of dangerous bacteria, like Salmonella and E. coli. Sprouts, like alfalfa, mung bean, and radish, are grown in warm, humid conditions. That same environment is also ideal for bacterial growth. If those sprouts become contaminated, even before they're packaged, eating them raw brings that bacteria straight to your plate. Undercooked eggs carry a similar risk. If the egg white is still runny, or the yolk hasn't fully set, there's a chance that harmful bacteria may still be alive. And here's the part people often miss. What a healthy 30-year-old can shake off in a day, a mild stomach upset, can lead to weeks of weakness, dehydration, and even hospitalization for someone over 70. Take Richard, 81, from Tucson, Arizona. He enjoyed adding raw sprouts to his tuna salad, believing they were good for digestion. One evening, after dinner, he started to feel dizzy and weak. He spent 4 days in the hospital being treated for salmonella, traced back to sprouts he had bought at a local farmer's market. And it's not just the illness. For older adults, recovery from foodborne illness often means losing appetite for days, dehydration that's hard to reverse, unintended weight loss, and serious electrolyte imbalances, all from something that looked light and healthy. Safer habits: cook eggs until both the white and yolk are fully set. If you like softer eggs, choose pasteurized eggs specifically labeled as safe for raw or soft cooking. Avoid raw sprouts or briefly sauté them. Just 30 to 60 seconds in a hot pan is often enough to kill harmful bacteria while keeping their crunch. This isn't about fear, it's about protection. You've worked for decades to protect your health. It's not worth risking all of that for a few raw vegetables or a runny yolk. Number 4. Grapefruit, a healthy fruit with hidden dangers. Surprised to see grapefruit on this list? It's often seen as one of the healthiest fruits, low in sugar, rich in vitamin C, refreshing and hydrating. But for people taking prescription medication, especially older adults, grapefruit can quietly interfere with how your body processes drugs. Here's why. Grapefruit contains a natural compound that blocks an enzyme in the liver called CYP3A4. That enzyme helps break down many common medications. When it's blocked, those medications don't leave your system as quickly as they should. They build up, slowly, over time, and this can lead to serious side effects, even toxicity. This interaction has been documented with cholesterol medications like statins, blood pressure meds, anti-anxiety drugs, some painkillers, certain allergy medications. And these are exactly the types of prescriptions that many people over 70 rely on every day. Mildred, 78, from Jacksonville, Florida, had a routine. Each morning, 1 statin pill and half a grapefruit. She thought it helped her digestion. But after a few months, she began feeling constant muscle soreness and deep fatigue. Her doctor quickly connected the dots. Grapefruit was intensifying the medication's side effects. When she stopped eating it, the symptoms vanished. Why this matters? The effect isn't instant. You might eat grapefruit for weeks or months without a problem, then suddenly experience dizziness, weakness, or liver overload. What to do? Check with your pharmacist or doctor. If you take any long-term medications, ask whether grapefruit is safe. If there's any doubt, switch to safer fruits: oranges, apples, berries, pears, even kiwi. And if you really miss the taste, try grapefruit-flavored sparkling water, which typically doesn't contain the enzyme-blocking compound. You deserve to get the full benefit of your medications without silent interference. A simple change in breakfast, like choosing an orange instead of grapefruit, could save you from months of discomfort. 5. Fried foods. A crispy habit that can quietly damage your health. Crispy golden crust, that tempting smell of fries, fried chicken, or donuts fresh out of the fryer. It's hard to say no, especially when it's been a comfort food for years. But after the age of 70, fried foods are more than just heavy. They can be harmful in ways that aren't obvious at first. Most fried items are cooked in oils that are either high in trans fats or have been reheated multiple times, especially in restaurants. Repeated heating changes the structure of the oil, making the fat harder to digest and more inflammatory. For an aging body, this is a dangerous combination. These damaged fats increase bad LDL cholesterol, raise blood pressure, and clog arteries, putting extra strain on the heart. But the danger goes beyond the cardiovascular system. Regular fried food consumption has been linked to digestive issues like bloating and acid reflux, blood sugar imbalances, increased risk of certain cancers, fatigue and chronic inflammation. Ronald, 80, from Des Moines, used to stop by his favorite diner for fries a few times a week. Just a small treat, he said. But over time he noticed changes: slower digestion, weight gain, and rising cholesterol. After switching to baked vegetables and grilled protein, he felt lighter, slept better, and even had more energy during the day. Another hidden issue? Portion size. Even a small serving of fried food often comes loaded with salt that spikes blood pressure, refined carbs that destabilize blood sugar, extra calories that the body doesn't need and struggles to process. What you can do instead: use an air fryer to create crispy textures at home with minimal oil. Replace fried sides with roasted veggies, like carrots or sweet potatoes. Choose grilled, baked, or steamed options when dining out. Add herbs and spices for flavor, instead of relying on heavy breading or oil. Food should comfort you, not exhaust your heart, slow your digestion, or drain your energy. You've already taken care of your body through the hardest parts of life. Now is the time to preserve your strength, not challenge it with food that doesn't serve you anymore. With each choice, each meal, you continue honoring your health. Conclusion: it's not about restriction, it's about respect. Some of these foods may have been part of your routine for decades. You may have never thought twice about them. But with age, even small habits can have big effects, for better or worse. This stage of life isn't about denying yourself pleasure. It's about making wiser, more thoughtful choices, ones that protect your independence, your energy, and your joy. Knowing what not to eat is just as important as knowing what to include. You deserve to enjoy food. And you also deserve to feel strong, balanced, and well. So tell me, was there a food on this list that surprised you? Something you've been eating without knowing its hidden risks? Leave your thoughts in the comments. Your story might help someone else. And if you found this video helpful, please give it a like, subscribe, and turn on the bell. Your support helps us continue creating thoughtful, health-focused content just for you. Thank you for watching, and we'll see you in the next video. Stay strong, stay informed, stay well.